Hey there, it's Stephanie from Hugs, Kisses, and Snot, and we're here with Mary Farthing from maryfarthing.com.
Good morning.
And another chat show, and today we're talking about tweens, raising tweens.
Yes.
How old are your kids?
9, almost 10, and 12. So, 2 kids.
So the 12-year-old is, he's in the cusp, right in the...
Yes.
Falling over the edge of tween-hood.
Very much so.
Okay, so we're in the car, and our older son is asking, so how does the baby get in mommy's tummy? And will there be another baby in mommy's tummy? And here, my opinion is, if a child starts asking those type of questions, they need to know.
Right.
At any age, if it's, 4, 9, whatever, because as I don't want him learning these things on the playground, which he will start doing. Kids start thinking they know the answer to these things and start saying all kinds of ridiculous methods to have a baby. We've all heard it. Like when I was his age, I thought a baby came out of your butt. I thought how else would a baby fit? It's just like a really big poop. That's what I thought, because it just never... So, that's what you hear on the playground. That's what I'm trying to convey to my husband in the front seat, the
importance of being honest.
We need to be honest about this, and I don't want him learning from the playground. Because in my head, I'm like, tomorrow he's going to be on the playground, and they're going to start telling him all kinds of ridiculous things. And so, we're in the front seat, and I'm like, you need to take care of this. You need to, we need to start talking about this with him. And he's a boy, so you need to start talking about this. What?
I want a face from this cheek of him.
Oh, face paint?
No, not face paint.
The crayon, the face crayon thingies that are in your bathroom? Is that what you're talking about? How about if I help you with it when we're all done here? Oh, you want me to draw on your cheek with marker? I don't understand what you want.
Never mind.
Okay.
I want the crayon.
Oh, yes. We will do that in a little bit. I will draw on your face with the face markers after I'm done here. Okay, so, and later on that night, we put the boys to bed. He, 8:30 or whatever rolls around. He's like, well, we talked about it. And I'm like, well, what did you say? What did you say? I need to know. I wish I had been listening at the door. And, they had a very basic conversation about, mommy has an egg, a bunch of eggs, not like a chicken, but it's microscopic. You wouldn't be able to see it with your eyes. And, daddies have what's like a seed. Again, it's like microscopic. And when the two come together, it starts making a baby. And so, but his obvious next question was, well, how does the seed get to the egg? And so he told him, in scientific terms, how the seed gets to the egg. And I was like, wow, that's a big first step.
See, I took the easy way out
because
my kids asked, and I said, well, God takes a part of the mommy and a part of the daddy and puts them together to make a baby.
Right. Well, see, but we've done that, and that's not a good enough answer for him.
Yeah.
This
tided them over for a few years.
Okay, well, a few years ago, but now, because the other day at the dinner table, he goes, Daddy, you and Granddaddy and Pop are not really related to us. And my husband's like, what? Well, because Harry and I came from Mommy, and Mommy came from Nana, and they're, Harry and I are related to Mommy, but you're really not, because you didn't come from Mommy. And so I'm looking at him like, it's time to have this talk so that he understands. And so that we had the same conversation like, Mom, DNA from Mommy and DNA from Daddy come together to form a new DNA, which is you.
Right.
And so that was satisfying for that day.
See, my kids, for some reason, they never jumped past that. And we had watched a lot of Discovery Channel. They like that show Life. They've seen the whole series. And I sat and kind of watched this is going to bring up some questions.
Yeah.
They're going to have some questions because that whole series, spoiler alert, animals having sex, animals making babies, the whole thing. There's 20 hours of it. Okay, surely they can put 2 and 2 together. Surely. But
No.
when I sat down and my son had the puberty talk, which is basically you will get hairy, you will get stinky, take a shower, and put on deodorant. Is the basic hygiene talk they get.
Sure.
And we talked in very broad strokes about sex and what happens. And when I finally sat down and he had the question, I'm like, okay, I'll tell you. Because my husband was at work and he wanted to know, and I'm like, I can't just leave him hanging. So I'm like, you've seen this happen
In the animal kingdom.
and he's like, really? So I mean, he knew, some part of him knew. I'm like, seriously, you had to have known that. And then I asked him, of course, right away, do we need to have the Santa Claus talk now? And he said, why? And I said, no reason.
Oh no! You
No
thought that
reason.
would be the next progression, like
Well, yeah, you burst one bubble and they kind of,
it's like
there's a
dominoes.
progression. Yeah. So
Oh, but
that was a talk for another day. That was a talk for another day. But I mean, and then my daughter kind of figured it out on her own. He was sworn to secrecy not to tell his sister, and he didn't.
okay.
She kind of put it together as she went.
And now you were telling me you guys had to go bra shopping.
Yes.
What was that like?
I don't know that she necessarily needed it yet. Every day I'd get the forecast of, Mom, I'm seeing more in that area, you know.
She's like monitoring her
Right.
progression.
Very much so. And I'm like, oh, honey,
Which
if you're
there's
anything
nothing-
like me,
Nothing happening.
it's just like me, it's going to
Nothing's
be
happening.
many, many years before something does.
Right.
But you can see that she's concerned about it. And I went on a field trip with her
Yes.
class, and there's girls that are bringing feminine hygiene products with them just in case. Just in case.
You're kidding me.
Because, no,
How old is she?
9. They want to be prepared. And 10.
Blessed.
She's younger in the class. So
Bless-
10 years old. But
Just in case.
we talked more and more about it. And
Oh my
my
God.
husband was
Oh my
of the
gosh.
mindset that she doesn't need it. We shouldn't force this on her. And I'm of the mindset that it'll give her peace of mind. And it's helping to
Yeah.
prepare her for that.
Because it's a training bra.
Right.
It's training her for when she really will need a bra.
Exactly. And, you know, she's not looking at it like, oh, I'm a lady now. I can, you know, go have boyfriends and make babies. She's just looking at it as the next step in her progress.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't want to grow up. She wants to be a little kid forever.
Well, so then how did she take having to, does she wear it every day? Is
Well,
it-
we just,
how does
it's
she
just
take
a new
it?
thing. We've discussed, like, you know, you wear it and you don't sleep in it and just, you know, basic. I got her the most bra-like ones that I could find that were still not. I mean, they have padded bras in the little girl section.
I know.
Hot pink
What?
with leopard. No.
No. Why?
I don't want to sexualize her. you know.
Why does a 10-year-old need a padded bra? What?
Doesn't need it. And, you know, we just talked about it, and it's given her peace of mind, I think.
That's great. Okay.
And she's less scared about, you know, turning into a teenager and going through puberty. It's a scary time. And yeah, I didn't have anyone to talk to about it. My parents, I mean, goodness, we didn't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You just didn't. You learned from the kids on the playground, which is why I talk to my kids.
Which is what I
Nonstop.
don't want. Which
Exactly.
is what I don't want.
Because you know, they tell them things at school about what's going to happen to them, and they don't have a frame of reference for these things, so they just kind of make them up, and it's funny. Just wait.
Oh, man.
It's keep a sense of humor and a bottle of wine. That's my recommendation.
It's coming, friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming. Tweens.
Good times.
Thanks.